Lovely good morning. This is a little bit strange light because I'm sitting in the car and the sun is just above the horizon and I'm just out of my gym because twice a week I go into the gym in the morning for my back. And but nonetheless, I will try to do this video. I have something to say. There are currently a lot of people all around the world. A lot of people who do predictions concerning politicians and political situations, which is not a bad thing at all. I just witnessed today because I got up very early, a video from I guess it was an English psychic, a woman, who did a prediction for the German election next weekend. And this video was 1.5 hours long. And in the beginning of the video, she said she has no idea about Germany, which is not a bad thing. She doesn't know anything about the candidates running for, which is not a bad idea. It went on for 1.5 hours, and after half an hour in, I realized how tired she got. Because working with energies and everything is tiring. And in general, any video, if you stumble over any video on YouTube especially, which is psychic reading, which is longer than 45 minutes, forget about it. Because after, what happens when you get tired on working with energies? Because the script gets a grip on you. And then you can be as enlightened as you want, as many angels can talk with you as you want. You get tired, and then you can see it in the body, you can see it in the eyes, like this person gets exhausted. Especially if you deal with energies of a whole country. There are thousands of videos like that, not concerning Germany, most of them concerning America, which even gives more energy into this situation. Whether you like it or not, let's stay neutral on that one. And I see, especially in America, psychics and people who lay tarot going online several times a day, laying cards for special situations. And I know that these people are worried and they want answers on their questions and they don't understand what's currently happening. I would be in the same position, just be honest. But they go online several times a day, which means every time you go online, every person who sees you gets your energy, and you receive, if you want it or not, the energy from the other person as well. Let's be honest. I'm doing this for over 40 years. Over 40 years, yes. I'm doing tarot, meditation, sometimes even psychic things. I don't like to talk about it because I think you don't talk about psychic. It's my personal opinion. I know how tiring it is after 30 minutes to work with one person. I know how tiring it is. Imagine how tiring it is if it's 45 minutes, 60 minutes, 1.5 hours. How much reliable is that then? No matter what the outcome of the video was. I was not very happy with it. Anyways, personal opinion. For those who are working with spirits, besides astrology, let me come to that later. Anyone who's working with spirits, tarot, psychic, keep your videos and your readings short. I wondered last week, one of the persons I love to watch were Tim and Alfie on YouTube. It was a man doing card readings, giving hope every day. His readings were never longer than 15 minutes, and he talked to the people about what his impressions were, what he saw, and he really has a good channel. And then he was talking about planting his garden, and then at the end he was cuddling his dog Alfie. I loved this channel so much, and this person closed his channel. He said for private reasons, but I know how much is happening now energetically all around the world. Just look at all the volcanic activities everywhere, even on Hawaii. It's not happening for nothing, and those people who are sensitive, who are highly sensitive, and I'm shaking by saying this, have a hard time right now. And he was friendly to himself and friendly to us who are his followers, to say, I have to retreat from this for a while because I have to care for myself first. And that's what I did December, January, when I totally retreated from any social media. And I'm about to do it again because March, April is going to be very, very challenging for everyone. So I want to say, any video that goes longer than 30, 45 minutes, please skip it, or consider skipping it, or just watch the first half hour, because the person needs the clicks if they depend on money from YouTube. But just be aware of the person reading there, that they give their energy at that moment. There's a lot happening right now. And there are some psychics even, and some of the tarot readers are not neutral. You have to force yourself to be neutral to make a nice reading. Or you have to ask on a specific question, but you have to empty yourself first, and a lot of people don't do that. As for astrology, remember, all the kings and queens and all the even presidents had astrologers. I remember, if I'm right, Reagan had an astrologer. If it wasn't Stallone's mother, something like that. So, and she was an astrologer as well. Astrologers that was their job, to predict things. This is going to be good harvest, bad harvest, you have to conquer, you have to stay at home, whatever. The stars are aligned like that, don't do this, do that. That's the job of an astrologer. A psychic or someone who's laying tarot is just for the moment, or just for a certain amount of time. An astrologer goes more into the future. That's why it's much more complicated, and even with computer and everything, you have to know about the stars, and you have to have an intuition as well. So astrologers to do predictions is a different thing, and even they have different predictions. If they go into their personal opinion, they can side read stars to their favor, even if they do it consciously or subconsciously. So be aware of that. Look out for the astrologers, for the psychics who do it from a neutral point of view. And look out for those people who do not so long readings. If it's more questions, of course, if it's like 2 astrologers or 2 tarot or 2 psychics doing it side by side, this could be fun, because they add themselves and they create a special channel between themselves. This could be fun. But if one psychic is doing a 1.5 hour reading, getting tired after 20 minutes, and continues to try to look into candidates, into people they don't know, about the country they don't know, I can't remember any German doing that for UK. Why? Why should we do that? This was a very strange thing. And last week, when Tim dropped out of YouTube, I had concerns, and I thought, I have to feel into the whole situation. He was right to drop out. He was absolutely right. So that's the thing. And the other thing that came into my mind is also a point of spirituality. Name me one shaman, good shaman, who has a YouTube channel. There are not many shamans having YouTube channels. Not many. Because it's so special, and they work with the forces of nature, which is even more intense. There are hardly shamans on YouTube. Hardly. And most of the time they talk about practices. They don't do so much about ceremonies or so online. They don't do that. Just keep that in mind. And there are hardly people of the First Nation online who do psychic readings or so. There are 1 or 2, but hardly some of those. So just ponder that. There is something into it. And there are a lot of people currently doing card readings on what's happening in the US, especially what's happening in Ukraine. I know we are all worried and we want answers and we want to know what will happen with all this. This is worrying, this is disturbing. We want to have our peace back. But remember, these are times of transformation, and some things have to crumble to be rebuilt new. And I'm scared for the elections next weekend here in Germany as well. There's a big turmoil coming up, and will be very, very unclear what will happen. The right wing is very strong in Germany. Well, 20%, which means 80% are not right wing. Let me put it that way, if you want to talk about it. And I'm really worried that they gain more power over the years, which means lots of us will be in trouble. Lots of us. And this is worrying. And all I need is confidence into the things that come up. And if someone else from outside of Germany, who doesn't know anything about Germany or politics, does a prediction about Germany where millions of people need hope and need to look forward to and have confidence, and talks about the people who are in the run for chancellor. This doesn't give me hope. This is just making me upset. This is not the thing to do for a psychic, my personal opinion. And for 1.5 hours. You know how exhausting it is even to do these 11 minutes right now? How would it be for 1.5 hours? Also for all of you, and this is the last thing I want to say, because it's really out of experience. All of you who are working with energies, energetic, may it be Reiki, may it be tarot, may it be psychic, anything you can think of. See that you stay in a certain frame of time. Have a clock ready next to your place where you practice. Go for half an hour, 45 minutes, not maybe 1 hour, but don't do anything longer than that. And between 2 clients, have a break. Don't go for 10 o'clock one client, 11 o'clock next client. I know some people have to earn money. I know that very well. But look after yourself, because these things are making especially spiritual people very, very sick, because all the time you get something from the other person. And sometimes you can clean yourself as much as you like, but you need the time to come down, to come back to yourself, and then work with the other person. So don't go like woof, 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 woof. This is not a factory of spirituality. Just care for yourself first and then care for the client. Because you will run empty as quick as you can imagine. I experience it myself. That's why I'm so low profile with the work I'm doing. I'm working spiritually a lot, but I'm keeping low profile. I don't want any clients. I'm doing the thing just for entertainment purposes, as the American people always say, or for information services. But please be careful. First and furthermost of yourself before you work energetically with other people. It's so important. It's so essential. And if you are in a rabbit hole on YouTube, which happens easily, talking for myself, set a clock. Set a clock and decide clearly when you want to be out of the hole again. And if you see any psychic video, go into it. But if it's longer than 45 minutes, any psychic will lose energy. Just out of my own experience. These are bumpy times, and we have to take care, first of all, of ourselves. First of all, of ourselves. And I'm scared as shit at the moment. I have to say that. May I say it? I say it. I'm scared as shit of the current situation on this planet. And not to be owned by this scare and this fear is so challenging every day. In addition to that, to work energetically has to stay in a certain frame before anything jumps on me. It's really challenging, let me tell you that. Be careful whom you follow, be careful, be aware what people say and how long their videos are, or the things they say. Long texts, same on Facebook. Long texts where you get lost after the first paragraph. Long texts, long videos. Just be aware. I'm so aware about long texts on Facebook. I always skip them. I say, well, if you have to say something, say it. You can say it in 3 sentences, not in 3 pages. You can explain more, but the core of your expression, you can say in 3 phrases. If you can't say it in 3 phrases, then don't say it at all. Don't talk around it. Just say, this is shit, this is good, bum. These are times like this. We have short message service. We have WhatsApp. I mean, you work with words more than you used to. And you have to keep it short. So keep it short. Sorry for this rant, but I thought, wow, 1.5 hours about a country you don't know, but just looking at the pictures of the contestants for Cat Chancellor and making predictions about it. Woo! My God, this went wrong the last time I experienced it, and this was the American election. Anyway, sorry for the rant again. I had to say it. Keep it short, keep it clear and short. And look out for the people like I am right now, 60 minutes, far too long, but I keep it like that. Apologies. Didn't mean to tire you out. Look out for the people who need too many words and who need too long time on their videos. 16, 20 minutes is okay. You can say everything in that time. Or if you do lay cards and everything, you need more time. Anything else is tiring for the person who does the prediction and for the person who is listening to it or is feeding them some odd energies. Just wanted to say that once. I'm never going to say it again. Be careful. You can say everything in 3 phrases, maybe even in 3 words. Be careful. Be careful, first and furthermost, about yourself. Care about yourself, care about your environment. Like Richard Wilkins said, if you are in an emergency and the plane, any flight attendant would say, just put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Then you help your neighbor. Because if you help your neighbor first, it could be you run out of oxygen and you are going to be a victim. You, the oxygen first. People who are with me for a long time know what I'm talking about. So anyway, have a lovely day, everyone. Please enjoy the day, enjoy life, enjoy the sunshine. And Fortune Cookie will be up soon. Again, I think tomorrow I will do another fortune cookie. So enjoy life.